Well, welcome to Monday Motivation. I'm so excited that you're here. Let me tell you a story. There was a man that had 4 sons, and he wanted his sons to learn how to not judge things way too quickly. So he sent them, each one of them, he sent them on a quest. Each of them in turn to go and look at a pear tree that was a great distance away. So the first son went in the winter, the second one in the spring, the third in the summer, and the youngest one went in the fall. Now when they had all gone and then come back, he called them together to describe what they had seen. The first son said he saw this tree that was bent and it was ugly, it was twisted. Now the second said, no, it was covered with buds and it was full of promise. The third son absolutely disagreed with both of them, and he said that it was laden with blossoms and that smelled so sweet and they looked so beautiful. It was the most graceful thing that he'd ever laid his eyes on. But then the last son disagreed with them all. He disagreed with all of them. He said it was warm. He said it was orange in color and full of life and fulfillment. And then the man explained to his sons that they were all right because they had each seen but one season in the tree's life. So he told them that you can't judge a tree, a person, or a book on only one season that you see it. That doesn't really mean who they are. And the pleasure, joy, and love that come from that life can only be measured at the end, when all of the seasons of their lives have been added up. If you give up when it's winter, you'll miss the promise of your spring, the beauty of your summer, the fulfillment of your fall. So don't judge a life by one difficult season that you're going through. Don't let the pain of that one season destroy the joy of all of the other seasons. Remember what Solomon wrote in the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3, beginning with verse number 1. He said, "For everything there's a season, and a time for every activity under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to harvest, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build up, a time to cry and a time to laugh, a time to grieve and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace, and then there's a time to turn away, a time to search and then a time to quit searching, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be quiet and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and then there's a time for peace. Yet God has made everything beautiful for its own time. He's planted eternity, thank God, He's planted eternity in the human heart. But even so, people cannot see the whole scope of God's work from beginning to end. Don't judge your life by one season, by one difficulty that you're going through. What you need to remember is that every season in your life has a purpose. I'm praying that God will guide you through the season that you're currently in now, and that you would trust Him to get you through this season and through all of the rest of them. I love you, and I'll see you soon at church.